Hola. So, I was gonna go live yesterday, but some things kind of happened where I just needed a break from everything and everyone and just needed to decompress. So tonight I am going to talk about certain things: credit, business credit, and those things that matter. It seems like my relationship lives seem to be the ones that be garnering the most attention. So I'll try to dibble and dabble into those if you guys have any questions. But I really want to definitely focus more on credit, business credit, and just financial literacy tonight. Also, for anybody that is a hotep, please stay out of my inbox in regards to wearing a hijab or a headscarf. I sometimes wear these things just to protect my crown. I am not Muslim. Nothing against anybody that it is or anything like that, but I just want to make it clear I'm not trying to disrespect anybody or anything like that. I just sometimes wear hair scarves. Okay, so back to credit and business credit. Credit is the foundation of every damn thing. It is the blanket way to make it where you basically can fulfill every dream, desire that you want. People that say credit means nothing, it's not a big deal, I'd rather have money, all that other bullshit, are going to be stuck in their ways when they're 70 years old and don't have shit but Social Security. I'm sorry. Just saying it. Just saying it. Just making a statement. Because it's the fact. Credit is super important and it is the foundation of everything. Try getting an apartment and you have bad credit. You can't get that. Try getting a home and you have bad credit. You can't get that. Try getting a car and having bad credit. You can't do that. Even with CPNs and all that other bullshit that everybody else does to get around that stuff. Doesn't matter. Can't do that. You need credit. Credit is important, and it is. It just is. Money, liquid assets, capital, whatever you want to call it. I call it capital, is definitely extremely important, but it is just a tool in the way to get to financial wealth. Credit is extremely important. Credit is basically, say for instance, your reputation on the streets. It's your rep. It's what people think of you. It's what people know you by. It's what people go based on if they trust you or not. Your reputation. So consider your credit your reputation. Okay, so check it. When it comes to credit, there are a couple of things that factor into having good credit. Your payment history is number one. If you miss a car note payment or a mortgage payment, it definitely affects your payment history, and it is without a doubt the hardest thing to have updated on your credit score, your credit reports. So payment history is number one. Please pay all your bills on time when it comes to like loans and things like that, including student loans. It is so important to pay those things on time. Another thing that affects your credit is credit utilization. So say for instance, you have a credit card, you have a $500 credit card, and you've maxed it out. Your utilization is basically at 100%, if not more, because you're going to collect, the credit companies are going to collect interest on it, which can push your utilization over 100%. So that's super, super duper bad. So credit utilization affects your credit the most monthly, I would say. Say for instance, your utilization is at 90%. If you were to take your utilization down on that card to, like, say for instance, 50%, you will see a drastic increase, immediate increase in your credit score. It's because the banks and the credit system is basically saying, like, you don't need this credit, you're paying your bills, you're not struggling basically when you have a low credit utilization. So your payment history, credit utilization are the number one and number two factors that affect your credit. Number three would definitely be if you have collections on said credit reports. Collections can be anything: medical bills, phone bills, utility bills, T-Mobile, Verizon, all that shit. Those are potential collection accounts. So those definitely affect your credit. So far we have payment history, credit utilization, as well as collections. The number four thing that affects your credit is inquiries. So yeah, every time you go to Target and they're like, would you like to sign up for a Target card? Would you like to sign up for this? Would you like to apply for this? Tell them to fuck off, to be blunt, because that is going to be a hard inquiry and it's going to add onto your credit report. Now, if they do something called a soft inquiry, which those places usually typically don't, they will lie to you and bullshit you. Be like, oh, it's not going to affect your credit. It will. If they do a soft inquiry, which is basically where you're checking your credit history without putting an inquiry on it, that's cool. That's fine and dandy. Another place that does that soft pull is called Capital One. Before you apply for a Capital One card, they have a system where you can check to see if you're going to be pre-approved for a card before they actually do a hard pull on your credit report. So I would always recommend doing that before you apply for a credit card, especially with Capital One. I'm not talking about Credit One. Stay away from them. They are a predatory lender with high utilization. Also, is another company that I say stay away from, and they are a major corporation, which would be Discover Card. Discover Card sues you if you do not pay your bill. Stay the fuck away from them. Just saying. Credit One, not Capital One, but Credit One and Discover are the two credit card companies that I will never recommend to anyone. Stay away from them. Those two cards are predatory lenders. Discover is a regular lender, but they sue you if you do not pay your credit card bill. So stay away from them, and they do always get their money. Yeah, so stay away from them. Another thing that does affect your credit is, I would have to say, is definitely the amount of counts that you have on your credit report. The age of your credit is super duper important. So say for instance, it's the scarf for you. Oh, thank you. Had to protect my crown. I was just feeling the empath energy. Like I was sucking in people energy all day, and I was like, nope, put a scarf on. Yes. But another thing is your credit age. What it is basically, say for instance, you just started, you had no credit, you had a trade line, or you got listed as an authorized user on someone else's credit card, and that generates your credit score. Awesome. You start out like at 650 or something like that. Cool. But what they do notice is that you do not have a lot of credit history. You have good credit, but your credit history is not that well, because you don't have years worth of showing that you pay your loans on time, that you have a mortgage or a car loan, or that you have anything that shows that over an extended period of time you are reliable to pay your bills. Just a quick tip also, utility bills do not help increase your credit unless you're in something called Experian Boost, where they basically are linked to your checking or savings account, and they see you paying those bills, which then increases your score. So for the people that think that paying your utility bills on time, as far as your heating bill, even your rent, lights, gas, things like that, water bill, help with your credit, they do not unless you're in a program such as Experian Boost. The reason why is the only way those bills affect your credit is if they were to go into collections, and the companies that own those then are soliciting you to pay your overdue balance. That's the only time those types of bills affect your credit. It's one, if you're in Experian Boost and they track your payment history as far as those bills, that can help increase your score, yes. Or two, if you don't pay those and they then go into collections, and then that affects your credit score. Hi, Blake. But those are the only ways those affect your bills. So please, 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 people, stop sending the false narrative that your utility bills and things like that affect your credit every month. They do not, unless you're in a program where they track and monitor you paying your bills. Or unless they go into collection and they do because you do not pay them. That's the only time they affect your credit. Let's make that clear. So another thing is, when it comes to that, like I say, Experian Boost. It's a free program via Experian where you can have them track your checking account. It's not for everybody. It's up to you. I know some people are like conspiracy theorists or whatever, but it can help increase your credit score. Another thing that you can do, say for instance, you do pay your rent on time, you and your landlord can get into a program called Rent Reporters, where they track you paying your rent on time. It costs absolutely nothing to your landlord. It's just you pay a $9.99 fee per month for them to put your credit history, your rent history on your credit report. They can backdate it 2 years. So you can put 2 years worth of rent payment history, good rent payment history. Let me say that. Good rent payment history, people, on your credit report. And that absolutely 1,000% will help immediately increase your credit score. I did that for my brother, and his score went from, once I cleaned up his stuff, I think he started out with like 540 score, and now I got it up to 700. Got a score up to a 700 because I got him in the Rent Reporters program, and I had him added on as an authorized user on one of my trade lines that I use for my business. And yes, I do sell trade lines, but I only sell one. It stays on your credit for 2 months, so it's up to you to decide what you want to do with it. If you're trying to get an apartment, blah, 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 whatever. But I do sell a trade line, and with I think it's 7-year good payment history, it'll immediately generate a good credit score if you have no credit, but I do charge $500 for that. So just so you know, I do. Anywho, but yeah, I did that for him, and it increased his score. I got a score up to, currently it's at 710, if I'm not mistaken, 710. But yeah, Rent Reporters. Back to what I was saying. Rent Reporters is one way that you could put your rental history onto your credit. Like I said, your landlord does not have to enroll in the program. They'll just call them just to verify, you know, the initial information, and then after that they send a text message to your landlord's phone every month, and they just have to send a 1 saying you did pay on time, or 2 saying you did not pay on time. And then what they then do is they report that to your credit reports every month. What is a trade line? Okay, a trade line is basically an AU, or an authorized user. It is where you put someone on as an authorized user to your already established credit card, and they then get that credit payment history and that credit history added onto their credit report. That's what a trade line is. That's all it is. It's just an AU, authorized user. It's just the technical term for it, or whatever. But yeah, a trade line is just basically you being added on to an already established credit card history, and it adds a positive to your credit reports. That's it. Let's see. It was something else I wanted to talk about in regards to credit with people. Oh, business credit. Okay, for my entrepreneurs, for my people who are starting their businesses, for my people who are debating if they want to start a business, for my people who are already have an established business, but they just need to get it a little bit more professional, a little bit more authentic, get it done right. Okay, say for instance, you already signed up to have an LLC, you registered via state of Michigan or wherever you're from, you did that, you have an EIN, all that good shit. But guess what? That EIN has absolutely no history. So even if you try to go to a bank, a lot of times they will deny you getting a credit card. They'll deny adding you a line of credit. They'll deny a lot of things because you know why? You don't have any credit history on that bad boy. So this is a little tip. I'm going to give you 3 ways that you can add credit history to your business credit or your EIN. Okay, one of them is you can go to Sam's Club and sign up for a business account. Yes, people, you can sign up for a business account, use your EIN. You will be added on as a guarantor, which is basically any debt incurred, you yourself will be paying that. That's one way. But they then start reporting to your reporting to the bureaus that you are actively using that line of credit, and it then goes on to your business credit history. So that's one. Sam's Club. Sign up for a business card and go that route. Okay. Number 2, it is something called Shell Fleet. It's the Shell Fleet system where you can apply to have a business credit card under Shell. And what they'll do is they will typically they'll ask you to put a deposit down, usually $300 to $500 if I'm not mistaken. The card will initially start out as a secured card. It just depends on really what your history, your credit history is, because they do check your credit history. They do a soft pull. And what they then do is they offer you to have a secure card, which usually is for like 12 months, and they have you on as a personal guarantor, which is a person who is saying that any debt that is incurred with this card, you are guaranteed that you will pay it. No big deal. After 12 months, they usually convert the card into a regular credit card, and you'll get an increase. But guess what it does? Something more important. It adds history onto your EIN as well as your business credit for your business. So that's what we need, people. Yes. So Shell Fleet, Sam's Club and Shell Fleet. The third one is, you know those big books that you get in the mail sometime via Uline? It's like they have industrial equipment. They have like all types of crap, all types of stuff in it. Let me take this off. All types of stuff in it or whatever. Where you can buy things for your business. You can say, for instance, you want to place an order. You hit them, contact them and say, can you send me an invoice? What they'll then do is the invoice, you can use your EIN information, and by you using the invoice system as opposed to just paying it off outright for whatever item it is that you're purchasing, you could pay it monthly if you wanted to, or you could pay it in 2 payments, 1 payment, and then you can make a second payment. That history then goes onto your EIN or business credits. Yes. Yeah, Uline is extremely high. I will agree with that. It's just that the benefits of them for me as far as business-wise and establishing credit is worth it. I would say try to find something that is like in a nice price range or whatever, not too expensive, but it is going to be expensive. It's kind of like when you set up a Fingerhut account. You know the shit is extremely expensive and overpriced, but you know the benefits of actually having that revolving credit on your credit history is worth it. I would say I'd say Uline is the Fingerhut of business credit. Let's go that route. But yeah, Uline, just find a product that is kind of the price range of what you would pay or what you deem worth it. I would say 100 or more. And then just request an invoice and use your EIN and just either pay them off in installments or just pay it outright. It's completely up to you. But that will then go on to your business credit history, and eventually you will generate a business credit number. So those are 3 things that you could do to start building your business credit. One is super easy. Go to Sam's Club, get a business credit card. Second one is going via Shell Fleet. Super easy. There's videos on on YouTube on how to do that. Third one would be Uline. So those are 3 ways that you can help generate business credit for yourself. So yeah. That's all I got for you guys for tonight in regards to those things. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comment section. I will be releasing an ebook on business credit as well as how to restore your own personal credit. Like I said, I do not do credit repair anymore, but I do trade lines or authorized users. Typically, I do 60 to 90 days depending on how long the person might need the credit on their credit score, on their credit reports in order to do what it is that they're trying to do. Like I said, those that trade line is $500 per person. Inbox you. I do have questions. For free. You can totally inbox me or just comment below while I'm on here. I'm not hopping off live just yet, so if you have any specific questions that you feel comfortable with talking about, definitely feel free to drop those. But let me just say this in regards to credit and business credit. Please stop listening to people who have not done what you're trying to do and believe in the bullshit that they tell you in regards to credit. Credit is definitely important. It is the most important thing. It's so important. I'm trying to get a program put in our school system where we teach high schoolers about credit. It is so important. If I would have known what I know now back when I graduated from high school, so many things I could have avoided. So many things not only I could have avoided, but my family could have avoided. But it was the lack of knowledge. It was the lack of not knowing. I'm thankful for the fact that me, myself, I took the time out to learn how to do all of this stuff because I had to. Like, I'm going to tell y'all my credit journey and how it started. It segues into relationship shit, but like, let's just put it all on the table. I say around 2016, I was going through a separation from my boyfriend at the time. He like took off and moved to Atlanta and just was trying to do his thing music wise or whatever, and just basically left me up here in Michigan to fend for myself. He was going to take one of the cars that we had there, which was a Magnum at the time. He didn't give a fuck about the situation that I needed to get to work or whatnot. So I just basically knew I was going to be on my own. So what I ended up doing was I contacted a dealer who my friend had recommended, and she basically kept it 100 with me, which nobody in my circle, nobody, not saying nobody in my circle, nobody in my life at that time would with me. She said, you don't even pay your student loans. Like, your credit is basically fucked up. Like, nobody is going to give you a loan. Like, you have old collections accounts on there, things like that. And there's no way I can even get you into a car right now because nobody would lend anything out to you. And on top of it, at the time, she was not dealing with credit acceptance, which is the #1 predatory lender for people who have bad credit. So I got off that phone call. I was in tears because not only was I devastated and embarrassed for myself, but I was just devastated because it's like, which way do I go? I was a rock caught in a hard place. It was just nowhere to go. So I'll never forget it. I cried on the floor for probably 30 seconds. Something snapped in my ass. Something snapped. It was like, bitch, get up. It was that simple. It was like, bitch, get up. Something in me said, bitch, get up. Fuck him. Fuck her. Not her being a person that told me that, but just the feeling of that I had. Like, fuck that. Like, let's figure this shit out. I ended up coming off Facebook. I joined the Budgetnista financial group. I joined Nativia Heard. I think that's the Budgetnista. I joined Nativia Heard, the Budgetnista, Yes I Am Cheaps group, and it was another one. And I just started looking at what other people was doing to repair their credit. Like, I literally would spend, I say 4 to 6 hours a day just looking at what everybody else was doing to repair their credit. And I couldn't afford to pay nobody to do my credit, so I had to learn that shit on my own. I had to get it out the mud. So, after about a month, I got like 2 collections accounts off my shit. It was like old T-Mobile bill from this nigga or some shit like that. Another one was like old medical bill via Midland or some shit. It was just a bunch of bullshit that I just was like, I ain't paying it. Stupid shit. So next month I ended up contacting Nelnet and getting my student loans deferred. I just kept it real. Like, hey, I can't pay my bill. I can't pay, say 100, student loan bill or whatever the fuck it is y'all want me to pay for all these loans and shit like that. So they was like, we're gonna defer it for like a year or some shit like that. Cool, bet. I got a year to clean my shit up and get my money up. The next thing that I did was be perfect. I think what you put is awesome. I'm gonna come to that. I actually love Anthony Hopkins, so thank you for putting that comment there, Cruz. I'm gonna definitely take a look at it. But next month, what I do? Got all that bullshit, collections accounts off my shit, start sending dispute letters, debt validation letters, all types of shit. I'm like, you niggas don't get all this shit. Like, I literally sent, no lie, probably 15 letters to like credit bureaus, collection people, everybody, like within a week. I was just gung-ho about this shit because I was like, I gotta figure this shit out. Ain't nobody else here to help me. Don't nobody else know how to do this shit. Like, figure it out, bitch. And that's what I did. I'd say around the 4th month of me working on my credit, I had got my shit to like a 689, if I'm not mistaken. It was like 689. I went from a 525 credit score to a 689. I was proud of myself, goddammit. Okay? I was proud of myself. The 3rd month, what I did was I had applied for a Capital One card, got approved. It was like $300 card. I was like, bet. And then like it was just a start. So I had got like a $300 card, and then I had applied for Fingerhut, and I was able to get like a $300 credit limit with them. I bought some little bullshit. It was like a little toy or whatever, where it was like $30, and I paid it off in 3 installments or some shit like that. I knew the toy was only worth like $5 to $10, but it's like I needed the credit history, so I did what I had to do. So by that time, I say after the 5th month, I had got my shit up, and I'm like, I'm about to go for the big boys. Navy Federal, motherfuckers. Navy Federal. Let me tell you something. If you bank with Navy Federal, if you're considering banking with them and never have, they are absolutely amazing. Do not ever fuck up your relationship with them. They changed my life. At that time, they changed my life. So I applied for a Navy Federal card. Got approved. First card was like $1,700 because Navy Federal is synonymous for giving you high credit limits. First card, $1,700. Something told me like, bitch, apply again for another one. Apply for another one. I only got $1,400, but it was still the fact that I was with Navy Federal now. Because I was seeing everybody getting $25,000 credit limits, $33,000, all this shit. I'm like, I want it. So kept those 2 cards for like 4 to 6 months, if I'm not mistaken, after that. And what I did was paid my shit off. Everything that I was going to pay with cash, I used my cards to pay. And then I used the cash that I was going to pay the bills with. And I paid the bill off immediately. Shot my shit the fuck up. Like, I think I was at a 725 when I got approved for the next card. Next card I got was $24,795, some shit like that. It was like $24,000, some shit like that via Navy Federal. That card changed my life for good and bad. But like, that's just my little credit journey history. Like, I don't want people to think that I'm saying all this shit off the strength of like, I know this shit now and all this other shit. Like, no, I started from shit. Like, I started from nothing. I literally started from nothing and had to build my credit up to the point that it was at that time. Unfortunately, because I was in a shitty relationship, I ended up doing some shit to my credit that fucked it up, but that I'm currently now fixing, which I'm grateful and blessed that I have the skills and knowledge to do that. But what I will say is that to anybody that is just now starting or just now like beginning a process of fixing their credit, starting a business credit or anything like that, please don't beat up so much on yourself. Like, pat yourself on the back for the little things, whether it be you not getting a Starbucks every day, or whether it be you cooking at home and taking a lunch because you want to save money and put more money towards repairing your credit or getting your business up or buying a piece of machine to expand your business. Like, start pouring into yourself more, and stop fucking living in your past, and stop beating up on yourself so much because you're not where you feel like you should be. Like, none of us are where we should be. Like, all of us are learning. All of us are in a journey. But stop beating up on yourself so much for not knowing certain things. Okay, I'm still trying to understand the meaning of business credit. Is it loans, cars, living arrangements? I'm so confused if it was personal. No. Okay, so this is the thing when it comes to business credit. Business credit does, in the beginning, it does go to a certain extent based off of your personal credit. But it is definitely 2 separate things. With business credit, it doesn't have to do with loans for cars, your living arrangements, things like that. But it can once you build your credit up to a point where you can use your business as, you know, for purchasing vehicles or for purchasing buildings or for purchasing condos, things like that. So it's like they kind of go hand in hand in the beginning, because most credit corporations do base, if they're going to extend a line of business credit, off of your personal credit in the beginning. But once you build your business credit up to the point where it can stand on its own, your personal credit history does not affect it as much. Hopefully that makes some sense, and hopefully that kind of explains it. So yes, the people that you see like, yeah, I bought a car or I bought a G-Wagon in my business name. Yeah, they do that. And yeah, you are capable of doing that. But they initially, when they started their businesses, they had to sign themselves as a personal guarantor, or PG, which is basically a person saying that whatever debt is incurred under the business name, I myself am saying I will pay it. If that makes some sense. Hopefully. How long would you recommend to wait to dispute Negro? Oh, immediately. Dispute all that shit. Dispute all of it. It just depends on what the item is. If it's something that has been on your credit for 6 years and it's gonna fall off at the 7th year, leave that shit alone, let it fall off. But if it's something that is new and it is directly affecting your credit history, and you want to have it taken off, or you want to pay it or whatnot, I would say definitely go through the process of disputing it, or going through the process of having the debt validated, which is, debt validation is basically you sending a letter to the people who are reporting the collection and saying, I want you to prove to me that I said I'm gonna pay this. Like when T-Mobile sells your credit, your old balance to Midland Credit Corporation or some shit like that in Troy or whatever city they may be in, when they send you them letters every month, go ahead and send them a debt validation letter, and it's basically telling them, prove it. Tell me I said I will pay this debt. And a bill is not proof. Tell them you want the contract with your signature, the original contract that you signed via T-Mobile or whatever company it may be, saying that I'm going to pay this debt, and they can't. 9 times out of 10, they will send you a bill. A copy of the bill that you had that shows like your name or some bullshit like that. No. And then what you do is you follow that up with sending them another letter saying that is not a proof. That is not proof, saying I said I will pay this debt. And then what you then do at that point is you dispute via all the credit bureaus that are reporting that information. So you send it in via certified mail that to Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, whoever is reporting that, you send it in basically telling them that I dispute this information. I do not owe this debt. It's doing detrimental effect to my credit history. Blah, 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 that type of thing. And even if they choose to hit you with like, we verified the debt, nah, you didn't. You didn't verify it. What you did do is you used LexisNexis to check the history and see if I had the debt, or to do shit like that. That's another thing you need to do. Suppress your LexisNexis. They are a third-party corporation where the bureaus, credit bureaus, use to validate your debt. They don't typically call Midland Credit. They don't typically contact T-Mobile. They don't typically contact anybody. They contact LexisNexis and a couple other corporations, third-party corporations that have access to your credit information. And they ask them to verify it. And if they come back verifying the debt, they then will say the debt has been verified. No. Get all that shit suppressed. Suppress your LexisNexis. It's super easy. Just Google it. LexisNexis suppression. It's just a form saying, no, I do not want my information sent out. I suppress blah, blah, blah. And then they'll just suppress your LexisNexis information and not be able to give that information out to the bureaus. That's really how the bureaus verify your information or verify your debt. It's these third-party corporations that have access to your information that you don't know about, but like people like me know about, that give them this information. They're not calling T-Mobile. They're not calling Verizon. They're not calling DTE. They're not calling anybody. they have a third-party corporation that they go through that verifies the debt. And it's just basically only because they have access to your information, even though you don't know that. Let me see. Let me read the comments. I'm sorry. I'm trying to see more, but it won't let me. I just became in business, but it's not that much flow with income. Should I wait to start building? Nope. You should start building your business credit right now. You can start with getting a Sam's Club business credit card. Just go in there with your EIN information and go from there. You should absolutely start building your business credit. If you're registered with the state of Michigan or whatever city, whatever state that you're with, if you already have an EIN, if you have your LLC set up properly, you might as well start now with building your business credit. If you feel like you're ready to go into that, go for it. But if you feel like you need more time, or you want to research things more, or you want to see what your option is, let me say this: take your time. A lot of people don't tell you that. A lot of people are just like, go, 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 go. No. If you feel like you're not ready, and it's not out of fear, let me say that. It's not out of fear, but it's out of you wanting to gain more knowledge, then cool. Take your time. But if you don't want to go push the pedal and go, and it's out of fear, that shit ain't gonna work for any kind of business. Kick that shit out the door. Get rid of it. Fear is not welcome here at all, in any shape, way, or form. Fuck that shit. Just do it. But if it's out of the fact that you do just want to garner more knowledge in regards to learning business and business credit, absolutely take your time, sweetheart. Do not rush into anything. Research more. Find you a mentor. Take up some courses that people offer, legit people that offer. Just do your research and due diligence, but do not rush into anything. But like I said, if you do have your LLC, your EIN, and all that shit ready to go ahead and start building your business credit. Even if you don't have a product yet, just start building your business credit up. Completely understand that. Income not ready. If I know I can't afford personal life bills, products, etc., I don't want to end up in debt. Completely understand that. So what you need to do is you need to find a stream of income to kind of offset that. You need to find something that you're good at and find a way to monetize that. Whatever it may be, it's a natural talent or something that you have in your repertoire that you can monetize. It's something. Like with me, I've always been able, like, everybody likes my voice for whatever reason. Everybody's like, you know, you should do radio, you should talk. Like, you like to talk and you have good communication skills and things like that. I don't see it, but I knew it was there. Like, I knew it was something in me that needed to express that, which is kind of why you guys see me doing more lives and talking and things like that, and putting out more videos on YouTube and stuff like that, and being on Instagram more. DIY_Chrissy as well. I'm gonna need y'all people to go ahead and follow me, DIY_Chrissy, as well as Do It Yourself Chrissy on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe to that. Go ahead and do that. But I knew it was something in me naturally that was a talent that I wasn't taking advantage of. I know something that I have always loved to do was help people. I love helping people. I love helping people because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good being appreciated. It makes me feel good telling somebody something that can help them out or get them to another plateau or get them past something or get them to relate, feel like somebody relates to something that they went through or whatever it may be. I just always knew I had a talent for communicating and helping people. I just never took advantage of it because out of fear, out of fear of judgment, out of fear of just not being good enough, out of fear of being a beginner, out of fear of being misunderstood, all that. But at this part and stage in my life, I just don't give a damn. Like, I just genuinely feel as if I don't use this talent or this knowledge and skills or this drive and this goals that God has placed in me, then I'm wasting everything. I'm wasting everything that I've been blessed with. I'm wasting everything that I've been through. I'm wasting every trial and tribulation that I have went through. Like, fuck that. But back to your thing. There is something that you are good at that you can monetize. That is what you need to find. That is what you need to take to build yourself a passive income, or build something that ends up being your income, like being what you're supposed to be here to do. Like, it is something within you that you know you're good at, and you just need to monetize that. Trust me. Take the time out to underline. See, it's something like that. Like, you can make an ebook on how to become a CNA. You can make an ebook and put it out there and explain, what companies you go through that give you the most money. If you're a private, if you just do it on your own, so you're your own private company, what clients to avoid, some of the red flags that you should take notice of when it comes to getting a new client, like, or going with a new company or hospital or whatever it may be that you do. There is something that or working in the healthcare in general, explaining what it's like working in healthcare in general, going live on that, building up your following to actually create an ebook that people will purchase that shows them how to become a CNA, or shows them what field they should go into when it comes to the healthcare industry, or are you worthy of being in the healthcare industry, like stuff like that. It's something that you can do that people need. It's a problem that people have that you can solve, is what I'm saying. That's one of the things that my mentor told me. He's like, find a problem that everyone has and figure out a way that you can solve it. For me, it's not a lot of women that talk about relationships and taking ownership of your role in being in a toxic or a bad situation, or what happened to them. It's not a lot of women who talk about building credit. It is nowadays, but it's not a lot of women that tell you like the full shebang on that. Like, you know what I mean? So I felt like that's my lane. Like, I'll tell you my journey. I'll tell you what I've been through. I'll tell you my struggles. I'll tell you all of that, because I don't have shit to hide. I just don't care. Like, I don't care to lie to anybody. I don't care to hide anything about myself to anybody. So, yeah. Just find something that you're good at and figure out a way to monetize it. And even if you see somebody else doing it, kind of mimic what they do. Kind of see how they set up their marketing. Kind of see how they do their thing. And just take bits and pieces that'll help you and apply it to yourself. Like, trust. I've been there. I am there. Like, when it comes to, income not ready and things like, trust. I have been there to a certain extent. I am there. Like, I'm somebody who started their life completely over 2 years ago. Like, I have been through hell and back, and I'm still here, god darn it. So, trust, sweetheart, you are not alone. I completely understand, but it's something in you. It's something in you. It's something in you that brought you to this life, and it's something in you that is burning to get out to help other people. That'll help change your life too. So, don't give up. Don't give up at all. Let me see if I missed any comments or anything. Just trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. Wise words from Anthony Hopkins. Let go the people who are not prepared to love you. This is the hardest thing you would. Completely agree. Letting go of people that are not capable of loving you in the way that you deserve. It's hard. It's truly hard. But it's so worth it once you get past that facade or that fake thinking things are going to be one way when they really in reality are bullshit in your hand. I definitely have gone through that the past couple of years of realizing that sometimes people are in your life for a season, and that's okay. Let this shit go, move on, and let's go towards your future. I definitely had to learn that the hard way when it comes to relationships, which is definitely why I'm currently happily single and just waiting on the person that I'm meant to be with. But also during that time, I am healing myself from so much shit, self-induced shit, self-love, self-harm, traumatic experiences with the opposite sex, traumatic experiences within family, friends, all that shit. Like, I am on a healing journey, and I am so glad I am at this point in my life. where a lot of shit that hindered me does not hinder me anymore, people. I just don't give a fuck. I'm in full Libra mode. I don't give a fuck. I'm a fucking empress. I'm a gem. I'm wonderful. I'm dope. I'm beautiful. I'm a great person. Great personality. I love me. I love myself. I love myself more than I love anything. And that's hard to do. But like, for real, like self-love, accepting who you are, discovering who you are, and loving yourself more than anybody on this motherfucking earth or planet could is the key to breaking through everything that's holding you back. I say that with so much energy because it is so true. A lot of us live in fear. A lot of us live in situations where it's just, you know you're not supposed to be there, boo. You know you're not supposed to be with this person. You know this person don't want to be with you, or you know you don't want to be with this person, but we stay in it because of fear of other people's opinions, fear of our own opinions of ourselves, fear of the other person's that you're in a relationship with opinion. Like, fuck all that, man. Like, get out. If you are in a toxic situation, whether it be your family, friends, mate, whatever, get the fuck out of that shit and heal yourself to understand why you dealt with that shit for so long. Seriously. And that's coming from somebody that it took a long time for me to get to this point, and this aura of confidence. It took a very long time. Like, you can ask the people that have came into my life the past 2 to 3 years. I am not the same girl that I was before. At all. I am definitely different. And I praise God every day that I have gotten to this point where I can accept myself. And I know myself. So, I ain't gonna preach too much to y'all, but I just felt like that was really on my heart. And I feel like a lot of people don't tell other people, especially other women, that kind of thing. Yes, you definitely have to set up boundaries with people to be happier. Let me pin. I hope I can pin that shit. Can I pin it? It won't let me pin it because kitten caboodles. That is the #1 thing that changed my life. When I realized that I have to set up boundaries with people and not expect them just to like already know, like, you know, I'm not gonna treat this person this way. I'm not gonna say this or do this or do it. No, they're gonna try you. It's up to you to set your own boundaries and decide what you will and won't accept in life. Setting up boundaries with people is life-changing. Completely life-changing. It is the best thing you can do for yourself. And it's an immediate thing that you can do. You can do it right now, this second. It don't cost you no money. Nothing. You can do it today, tonight, right now. You can make a decision that I'm not going to deal with certain shit. Because guess what? You trying to come with me with the bullshit? I don't have no time for that. It was one of the women that I look up to, Annetta Powell. She said VEET, and it was basically ZT. Zero time for bullshit. I ain't got time for it. If the person want to make you the bad guy because you choose to leave a shitty ass relationship or a shitty ass friendship, hey, fuck them. So be it. So be it. Whatever you say about me, I do not give a fuck about. I have family and friends that I still take a bullet for, have supported, done all types of things to show support for them, and they haven't done anything to show support for me. But they talk about me and things like that. I don't give a flying fuck about any of the shit any motherfucker say about me behind my back. At all. I don't care about the subtweets. I don't care about the sub statuses. I don't care about the Subway subs. I don't care about none of that shit because it brings absolutely nothing to me. But it takes away from you because it gives you one less moment of good karma. It don't do shit for me. So a lot of my journey has been learning to not be so quick to be checking a person, or quick to be defensive, or quick to being the savior for people. That was a huge thing for me. I tried to help everybody out at the detriment of myself. I tried to help out my mate from the past you know, pushing his dreams, his goals. You know, he went to college where I worked and all types of shit, and it didn't serve me in the end at all. And that's okay. Those were my mistakes. I take my ownership in that role. But at the same time too, I don't wish anything wrong or negative on that person, but I know God got me. In some shape, way, or form, I know God got me on that. Because that was something that they did to me, in a sense, to benefit themselves. Don't shit happen when you have that kind of energy with people. Don't shit good happen. Nothing. Somehow, some way, you gonna get yours. But I just don't worry about that kind of shit. But absolutely, that statement of setting boundaries is huge. I'm trying to change my circle to be in a positive environment. I've been through hell and back with certain people. I have started. It will not let me see all of y'all comments. But I'll just speak on what I do see. It ended that started. But I've been the same way. I've been through the same thing, sweetheart. Absolutely been through the same thing. I've been through the same thing with people I share blood with. I've been through the same thing with people I have loved. I've been through the same thing with people I've fucked. I've been through the same thing with people I have supported, encouraged, defended when they don't even know they needed to be defended. All types of. I've been through it too. It definitely, your circle is definitely the number one thing that I would say, outside of developing self-love, outside of that is the number one thing you have to change. Like for me, from my experience, I don't deal with anybody. Like I literally don't deal with, I have two friends. And one of them, I always go live with her, Tamika. And the other one is a guy, my best friend, TJ. I have two friends. And when I say two, I mean two. They are literally the only two people in my life where if I was hurt, they would come no matter what. And have proven it every time I needed them. Those two are the only two people who I would go to hell and back for, because they have been there for me. So, and that's including family, friends. It's family that you'll see them commenting on my pictures and all this other shit. But, you know, when a family does their events, I ain't there. Ain't no invite to me or my siblings or nothing like that. You know, when reminiscing on, you know, childhood events, I'm not included in that because, you know, I was the fat kid or fat girl and stuff like that. So I wasn't a part of those memories and things like that because of that. Baby showers, weddings, I see the pictures. Me and my family, immediate family, we see the pictures on Facebook, but we don't get invited. Yet, when the success does come and will come, very soon, people, very soon, let me say that, very soon, watch how many people are going to be contacting you. Watch how many people are going to be up your ass. Watch how many people are going to say, hey, you remember that? Oh, you remember when we did that? You remember when we did this? You remember when we did that? Watch. It happens every time. And it's sad. It's pathetic. It's ridiculous. But it happens every freaking time. Like clockwork. Watch. Just watch them. Like, even look at your stories. People don't like or comment on your shit, but you post something on your story, you see you get 100, 600 views and shit like that, but you get one like on the post. It's because people watching. People trying to see what you're doing. People think, you know, people trying to see what you got popping. Show them. When you pop, they gonna see it. What you think about somebody saying, why do you want somebody to acknowledge your growth? Like for me, if it's somebody, like say for instance, me and you having this conversation and somebody else interjects and it's like, why do you want people to know, acknowledge your growth? Or why do you want people to, like, why do people have to validate you? It's not about validation or acknowledging your growth. It's about like what's right and what's wrong. Like, why is it okay to speak negative of me? The negative things that I've been through, or the negative things that I have, or the parts of me that I haven't grown evolved into yet. Why is it okay to talk about those things but not talk about the positive things? That's what my response to somebody that would say that to me in a conversation. Like, why is it okay for them to talk about the negative things about me but not about the positive? It's not about somebody acknowledging your growth. It's about why they choose to acknowledge the bullshit but not the positive shit. That's where it comes from for me. Like, I don't need anybody else to validate me. I validate myself. And by me accomplishing my goals, it proves them wrong too. So it's like two birds with one stone, if that makes sense. Me accomplishing the goals that I have for myself not only makes it where I accomplish them, but it also proves it also has a double end, because it shows them, yeah, nigga, I did that. Yeah, I did that. I got that. Yeah, she that good. Or he that good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't drive me. Trying to prove them wrong doesn't drive me. Trying to prove myself right is what drives me. So that's what I would say to anybody that might say that shit to you. You're not trying to have them acknowledge you. You don't give a fuck. Even if you do, let them know you don't give a fuck until you get to the point where you don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But no, just let them know it's not about acknowledging me as a person. It's like, why you tripping on the shit that I did wrong instead of talking about the things that I've done right? Speak on that when you speak on me. I used to argue back, but now I walk away. People don't see I'm on a different level. Leave me alone with it. I need to get that tatted on my finger. Same. I don't argue with people. Listen, this is something I have been saying for years. I don't argue with people I don't split bills with. Let me say that again. I don't argue with people I don't split bills with. If you are not my man, or you are not my business partner, I'm not about to argue with you. I don't give a fuck what you say about me. You can say, oh, this light-skinned bitch on Live Again, or yeah, she used to be fat, or like she thinks she this, or she thinks she that, or she did this, or she does that. She got this job, or she trying to get this business going. She is CNA, she only a CNA, she not a nurse, or whatever type of book. I wouldn't give a flying fuck. Because guess what? I'm happy with me. I know my journey. I know where I used to be. I know where I come from. And you can't take that from me. So that's how I feel. Like, don't argue with nobody no more. People say the most goofiest shit online. And then, come at you with the craziest shit. Like, no, fuck all that shit, all that trolling shit, all that sub statuses, all them sub tweets. And the thing that get me is with sub tweets and sub statuses and shit like that, people be like, when you confront them on it, what they do? Well, if the shoe fit, okay. Well, I said what I said. Okay. Why you didn't say it to me? We all know you feel a way about me. We all know you talking about me. Why you didn't say it to me? You know why? Because you pussy. You pussy. And I ain't. That's how you should treat anybody that says anything negative towards you on the net, or anything in general. They pussy. Because 9 times out of 10, they saying the shit in a way where you can't, where they can be like, well, how you know I'm talking about you? Bitch, we both know you talking about me. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, man, let that go. Don't argue with nobody you don't split bills with, honey. They not your man. They not your girlfriend. They not your wife. They not your husband. They not even your kids that you charge them rent because they 20 plus still living at whatever. Them the only people you arguing with, or your business partner. Anybody else, fuck them, man. That energy is wasted. Invest that in you. Let them feel how they want to feel. Let it go. I had to learn it the hard way, because for me, growing up, like, I was picked on so much from 7th grade to 12th grade. I was annihilated in school because I was the big girl. And it took a toll on my self-esteem, but it also took a toll on who I became, because I was super defensive. I didn't grow up, me and my sister is older than me, so we didn't go to school together at the same times. My brother is younger than me, so we didn't go to school at the same time. So I literally went my whole school life journey alone and having to defend myself. So every fight I got into, it was just me scrapping. Every argument I got into, it was just me defending myself. Every time somebody tried to play me, it was me defending myself. And that built up this wall of just constantly being defensive and just taking every slight as like, who the fuck you think you're talking to? Or why are you trying to treat me this way when I'm a good person? And I had to learn that I was putting out so much energy of just being on the fence and just ready to be on go that I was saying, bring that shit to me. You understand what I'm saying? The energy that I was putting out, I was saying, bring it to me. Like, bring on, like, hey, test me. Try me. I was welcoming it because I was so defensive all the time. Not sensitive. Another thing is, don't let people say being defensive is sensitive. It is not. It's two completely separate things. Being defensive is when you're in survival mode all the time. Because you have to be. Because ain't nobody else defending you. That is not a sensitive, that is not being sensitive. Sensitive is when you take absolutely everything that happens to you and you internally emotionalize it and it affects you. But sensitivity, being sensitive and being defensive is two different things. So don't ever let nobody tell you, like, if you're defensive, you're sensitive. You are not. You are not. You are just a person who has had to more than likely get it on your own your entire goddamn life. And that brings on a person who is constantly in defense and survival mode. And that's something you have to change, because that's something I had to change. I'm just saying that to whoever, you know, might resonate with. I'm not saying anybody specifically. Yeah. that was a lot. But yeah, for me, I had to learn how to be more quiet. I had to learn how to be more happy with silence. I had to learn how to be more happy with myself. You know what I'm saying? And it's a journey. Man, it's a journey. It's not easy. It's a lot of shadow work. It's a lot of getting rid of people in your circle. It's a lot of only dealing with people at a distance. It's a lot of loving you at a distance and wishing you well, but you can't be in my circle. You can't be in my energy. You can't be around me. I had the tendency to ghost people, which is something I'm definitely working on, because it's not healthy. It's not a healthy way to deal with people. But I had the tendency in the past to ghost a lot of people, and it was selfish. And it was kind of fearish, because what's wrong with telling somebody off rip, like, hey, like, you know, this just ain't gonna work. This just ain't for me. Like, I'm sorry. This just ain't me. Like, I'm sorry that you have feelings. I'm sorry that this might hurt or seem cold, but this isn't for me. And what I would do to avoid that conversation is I would ghost people. And it's not okay. It's not a good habit to have. It's kind of selfish, and it brings bad karma to you too, because I had my karma because somebody I had thought I had let down the nice way ended up and left the door open for the future for us to kind of talk and converse later. He shut the door on it because he closed it, blocked me on everything, and I blocked him on everything. And it was out of the fact that I kind of ghosted him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of wasn't empathetic when it came to his feelings in the way that I let him down and stuff like that. So it made me learn that, like, I still got some work I need to do on myself too. Ghosting is not the way to go when it's somebody actual genuine feelings involved. So yeah, that's my journey that I'm dealing with right now. I spoke on it in the previous live too and stuff like that. Do you believe other people can block your blessings dealing with them? And absolutely. Yes. Because the thing is, like, I'm into tarot and spirituality and things like that. I'm a Libra and I'm an empath. So I'm ultra it's easy for me to pick up people energy, which is why y'all always see me with a headscarf or a hat on. Like, I protect my crown and stuff like that. But absolutely, people you have around you can block your blessing. One of the examples that my tarot reader told me last week, it resonated so hard. She said, you fixating on your past relationship mistakes and those people is the equivalent of you having the throne for your queen or your king waiting for them, but you already have somebody sitting there. And the person sitting there is your past that you fixated on. When I say her saying that changed so much for me so fast, it was an eye-opener. Like, it really, really, really just changed my thought process on everything, especially relationships. Because, like, how the hell can your blessing be in the person that you're supposed to be with, the person you're supposed to really build with, the person that really has your back, the person that is going to pour into you and love you and give you everything that you want? How can you expect them to be there if you're fixated on a past relationship? Oh my God, and here go one of them. Hi, Carrie. What I'm talking about on here is credit and business stuff and relationship shit. Yes, sir. Oh my God. You would come in. Anyways, but like, no. But, yeah. Like, back to, oh my God. But no, back to what I was saying. Like, that is so true. Like, how can you expect the person that you're really supposed to be with to be capable of coming to sit on their throne when you got your past waiting there? You got your past sitting on there because you fixated on your past mistakes. You fixated on the past relationship. You fixated on trying to figure out where you went wrong. Oh my God, where is Tamika? She would have popped off as soon as you get on this thing. Oh my God. You do need a reader. If you need a reader, I would say her name is Code with the Cards, and she has a YouTube channel called Everything Empress and Taurus Rising Tarot. What you want her to talk about? Here you go. One of what? No. What you mean? You know what I mean by that. One of my exes. I'm about to go get her. Hold on. Let me see if I can go get her. Oh my God. I'm not. I hope she come back on, because yo ass. Oh my God. You would be on her. This is my friend Carrie. We have a very complicated past in history, but he is definitely one of the great examples of a good guy out here. And he's waiting for one of you wonderful ladies, for sure. I can't bring her back on. Let me see if it'll let me have her come on. Who said this is what I wanted? Who said this is what I wanted? Hold on. Oh my God. Somebody go in Tamika London's mommy inbox and tell her to get back on here. Like, because Carrie has now officially entered the chats. Carrie is somebody I dated at one point. I'll just say it. Like, I dated at one point. But things went awry for many reasons. We've discussed this many of times, sir. Many of times we've discussed this. But he is genuinely one of the good guys that is left out here in the world. He is a very genuinely wonderful, kind-hearted man, amongst other things. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about him. But yes, no, back to like having the circle you have, it definitely affects your blessings. Can definitely, oh my God, Jesus Christ, he wants to be in the line. Oh, fuck me. Hold on. This motherfucker. Oh my God. Here we go. Motherfucker. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
How may I help you? Why are you on my line?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Hi, Carrie.
Oh, hi,
How are you?
crazy. Yeah, I'm good. So, what were you saying?
That's good. Good for you. Good for you, sir.
What was you saying?
What?
What was you saying?
I
I'm
didn't
gonna
say
what?
anything.
Mm-hmm. Don't be looking all
Hi,
around now.
sir. How are you?
How you heard to my relationships, huh?
What are you talking about? I
Mm,
talk about everything.
So, what we talking about now? Now I'm here.
Ah, we don't have
Yeah,
to talk about anything in our relationship. Were we really in a relationship? I don't know. You tell me.
I'm talking about relationship. You talking about relationships as a whole. What they gotta be about me and your relationship?
Okay, good, good, good. Because I don't want to talk about that. What you
I know
want to know?
you
What
don't.
you want to talk
Oh, I,
about? Get
oh, I know
into
you
it.
want to talk about that.
No, we not getting into that shit. We not talking about me and you. So what you want to get into?
We not about to do that.
Oh my God, this motherfucker.
No, but how you doing? I just got back
I'm
from out of
good.
town.
I'm great. I'm wonderful. How are you doing tonight?
Good. I just drove 10 hours from Atlanta back here. Had to go to a
What?
wedding. Yeah, I was in a wedding
Oh, who wedding was it?
with my brothers.
Oh, that's what's up.
You ain't see the
How was the
pictures?
date?
You ain't see the pictures?
No.
Mm-mm-mm. I was out
You
there looking
oh you
kind
had
of
a date?
dapper.
Okay, that's what's up.
I was looking kind of dapper. I ain't gonna
You
hold
was
you up.
looking kind of snazzy, you say.
Looking real good. I ain't gonna lie.
God, you so fucking ridiculous, bro. Like I cannot.
No, but what you? I wanna get my little twos and fuse with your little relationship advice.
Oh, go for it. Go ahead and spill your guts.
No,
What'd you
I
do?
just got on. I just like I can't think when I came in and start commenting. That's when I seen you go on the little live. So I ain't hear nothing else you said until I said, "Hey." He's like, "Oh, here go one on right now." That's what the host. What you talking about?
Oh,
So
okay.
what
So this
advice was
is
you here giving?
let me explain. Okay, so one of the questions was where let me go back to it. Do you believe other people can block your blessings dealing with them and their energy? And I
Most
said
definitely.
yes.
Most
Absolutely.
definitely.
Absolutely. And the example I gave is say, for instance, you're fixating on a past relationship and not putting your effort and energy into your future. It's
Hmm.
kind of like you're having the throne that your king or queen is supposed to be sitting on being set on by somebody else, which is your past.
Hmm.
So, like, yes, I do believe your energy and other people's energy. I cannot with you. Stop! Other people's energy affect yours. Yes.
I
Yes.
didn't even do anything. You thought
You
some
don't
shot.
have to. God damn it. It's the chemistry. Get out of here.
Do you want me to leave? Do you want me to leave? I'll for you. I'll leave.
No, I don't want you to leave.
I want to fuck up your life.
Whatever. My life is wonderful. I'm glad you stepped in.
Mm.
Yeah.
That,
Bye.
that's why. That's why you smiling.
Get the fuck on. I'm not going into it. I'm not dealing with this with you right now. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Not doing it. Don't be flexing. Get the fuck out of here. Get off. Get off.
But no. I
Right.
definitely agree. I definitely agree. Though. People
Yes.
can even outside of just relationship stuff. People, friendships, just people you meet, they can definitely suck your life force, your energy.
Absolutely.
Most importantly, your time, because that's just some shit you can
Yes.
never get back. So I'm definitely a believer in dealing with people and who have no good intention or have nothing coming your way for them that they can definitely block your blessings and definitely drain your energy. Because
Absolutely.
I know a couple. I can really say that I dealt with people after the fact that I knew I wasn't supposed to be dealing with,
Yeah.
and I kind of treated other women who meant me good intention shitty just because I was dealing with
Yeah.
somebody else, and I brought them
Agreed.
lesson. I can really say that. You
I
might have
can
been one of
definitely.
them,
Yeah. Wait a minute. What?
huh?
What did you say?
Nothing.
Oh, get the fuck on with that shit. But
No.
like, I can agree. I did the same also. You know the situation with the person that I should have never had any type of energy with. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I'll speak on it. I
Mm-hmm.
told you I can hold this shit back. I don't care. I don't care. Yes,
Yeah.
I know. You
Yeah.
warned me
I'm gonna
about
let
that
you see
person
the ball
and
head
all
with
that, but
that
you
one.
know me, I had
The
to,
ball head. I'm gonna bring
see
out
from
the
my
ball head when you say that one because you
oh
knew
my
better.
God.
You knew
Get the
better.
fuck on. You
You
did
knew
more me
that.
about that person. But like I could definitely look back and say that my energy shifted being around that person and their toxicity and things like that. So absolutely being around people who have bad energy, bad juju, or just are not on the same spiritual path as you or the same energy as you, it can definitely affect everything.
Yeah, I tell people when I meet people now, because the older you get, the more in tune you become with a lot of different things in the world.
Hell yeah.
Such such things that are childish and immature and no longer matter. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
like now, I realize how much more the simple things mean to me when it comes to me finding somebody that's compatible to be with.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I definitely told you not
You
to.
told me, yes, you told me not to fuck with that motherfucker. I get it. I
Definitely
agree.
told you.
You
And it wasn't even on no
definitely,
hater shit. It's because you was my nigga and I care about
I know. And I'm glad
you.
you forgave me for messing with that person.
I ain't say I forgave you. I don't know where you got
Why
that from.
wouldn't you forgive me?
I don't know.
Okay,
Don't.
you don't why would you forgive me? You picked the girl over me.
First of all, that's not how that happened.
That did happen.
Do you want to do this right now? Do you want to do this right now?
I don't care.
Oh, you don't care? Oh, you got balls now.
I've been had balls. That was our issue. Me and you both had balls.
Okay, let's take it there. Who? I can't. You know what? You lucky I can't see the comments for some
I
reason.
can't either. So let's go. We ain't gotta go there.
So, what was the arrangement between you and I?
Initially,
Initially, what did you
we were getting to know each other.
and before you take some bullshit, remember you're the person who brought the arrangement to the table. Let's not
I
forget
was
that.
damaged and scarred. God damn it. All right.
Okay. And what did you
But
tell me when you came to my table to sit down?
the initial arrangement, let me just
Hmm.
say, it
Hmm.
was we were getting to know each other, but no title.
Hmm. Because what? Is
Throw my
somebody in your
hands up,
bed? What the
officer.
fuck is that moving?
What?
What is that moving in the background? That pink
Where?
thing. That pink thing.
What? Oh, it's Chip, the dog. Dog, you scared the fuck out of me.
Bro, all I seen was the thing doing this, moving back. I'm like, what the
Oh
fuck
no,
is that?
that's one to see, but Chip he just hopped off my lap.
Oh, okay. But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you
Oh,
told
like a no, no. He just hopped off of here. I get what you're
I
saying.
thought you
Like
had
no,
some
no, no,
shit.
no.
Look, I thought you had some
Okay,
shit
like
going
yeah,
on.
we rebuking all spirits that is not bringing money and wealth and
There you
prosperity
go.
and
But
babies
nice try.
and
Back to your ass.
business.
Back to your ass.
Yeah.
So when you came, I ain't gonna, when I chased you, right? Because I chased you, did I not?
I
Go ahead
guess.
and lie. Go ahead and lie. Go ahead.
All
Go
right. Yes.
lie for your fans. Lie for your fans.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then once we got into an agreement, you was like, I'm gonna come sit at this young man's table. You came to the table, right? You came and sit at my table with me, right? Right?
Yes.
Don't get an attitude, nah.
I'm not
So
having
once,
an attitude. I'm saying
okay.
yes.
So once you came to the table, you came with an agreement, like, oh look, I don't want to deal with the a whole relationship or none of that stuff because I just got out of this situationship off and on, and I don't want to deal with trying to jump into nothing else. So if we could just be cool and kick it, we're gonna do whatever we do and good fun, and that's where it's gonna have to be right now until I heal myself. Is that not what the conversation was?
Is that what happened?
Is that not what happened?
Okay, like I'll say to a certain extent that is what happened,
No,
but
no.
I will
Well,
say my initial reaction with saying that was we didn't really know each other. We knew each other off of like
that's fine.
I found you attractive, you found me attractive, and like I saw you were extremely intelligent. You saw I was intelligent, and we did have a great chemistry.
Mm,
But at the same time, too, I did just get out of a situation where I was like, I don't necessarily know if it's okay for me to hop into something else.
right.
So, yes, I did say, like, let's just be no title, get to know each other, and go from there. But I think what happened was when you brought up the fact that I wasn't being vulnerable and the fact that I kind of had a wall up and I started breaking the walls down, it made me like you more and it made me emotionally attached to you. So it changed things for me. But at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, too, because of the way we started out, it was kind of like stuck. I felt like it was stuck in your head that this is what it's gonna be. Like honestly, that's how I felt. And looking back at it, that like that's how it's just gonna be. Like it was never gonna be a situation where me and Chrissy are 100% locked in. We're not doing any, like, you know what I'm saying? That type of thing. So
Well,
me,
if you know,
my
you should
way of
know.
letting you know that I had caught feelings was the wrong way. It was the toxic way. It was passive
Mm,
aggressiveness. It
mm.
was not being able to have conversations like this. I'm getting into it. I'm telling the truth. It was like me just not speaking on how I truly felt, because who the fuck want to be rejected? And I hadn't felt rejection before, and I didn't want to feel it. Like I hadn't felt like I'm putting my cards on the table and he might not. My whole thing was I feared putting all my cards on the table and you not picking them up. Like, yeah. So I didn't tell you outright, like, yeah, I did catch feelings for you. Yeah, I don't want you fucking nobody else. Yeah, nigga, I want to talk to you every day. Nigga. Like, yeah, I want to be with you. Like, yeah, I don't want you putting your cock in nobody else. Like, yeah. So I was avoiding that conversation and trying to put on the hardcore, like, you know what I'm saying, alpha shit, with the intentions of hoping you would see it was because I really did want all of those things.
Mm.
And it wasn't fair to you, but it also at the same time too, like you wasn't giving signals of wanting that. Like we would go 3-4 days without talking. You would not respond to texts and shit like that. And in return, when you would text me, I would wait a couple of days, because it's like, nigga, who the fuck you think you dealing with? Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like get back, tick tack, that type of shit. But
Mm.
all of that comes with pride, ego on both ends. On
Mm.
both ends.
Mm.
Yeah, on both ends.
You sure
Not
it's on
just
both
on me.
ends?
But like I said, when we had that conversation, like
No,
I ain't I ain't gonna
go
have some
back,
shit.
go
Like,
back. Are you sure it was pride and ego on both ends?
oh no, it was definitely both ends.
Are you
I mean,
sure?
I feel like it was. I mean, what was it on your end then?
Cause okay, I'm I'm naturally a loner. Am I not? You should know this by now. Am I
What
not?
happened?
Am I not naturally a loner by nature?
You are naturally no. I don't know. I don't feel like you are naturally. I feel like you're okay with being alone. I
Oh,
feel like
okay.
you're okay with being alone, but I don't think you're ever alone at all, because like you have such a huge social group and following, and you have your hands in so many baskets. I don't ever think you're alone. Like, but
Man,
you
you
may
know,
be. I might be wrong on that. Like, you understand
I
what I'm
don't,
saying? Like, I
you
might
know,
be
I
wrong.
do
I mean,
not
you got to
like.
look at it too. Like, we spent time together, but we ain't. I mean, like, most of the time it was like, yeah, yeah. I'm just saying, yeah. Like we spend time together, but at the same time too, like, yeah. Like being real, being 100. Back then, we not talking about now, but back then, like most of the time, it was like, yeah. So it's
What the
like,
fuck is?
when did we really have time to kind of understand each other outside of like, social media and what you see there? Like,
I think that was you. I don't think that was me.
no, that was definitely you, because I did want to see you. And no, let me say, it was both of us. I definitely wanted to see you more than I could. Not saying I didn't.
Oh, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
Oh,
That's understanding one another is not the issue I had because I understood you perfectly, and I know, you know how I know this is true
what?
because here we go. I got you. The conversation you and your friend, what's her
Found
name, had?
something to not assassinate my ass with, huh?
Oh, it's coming. You know. Oh, you know it's always. What's the old girl name who you had that last conversation with that I watched when you sent me the video?
Tamika.
Okay, yeah. You get to me go talking about the type of person you are and how you're a strong-willed individual, super independent woman, you know what I'm saying? All that good stuff, and that it takes a person who not only understands you and your strength, but can also respect you and your strength for you to let your little wall down. Right? Ain't that what y'all said?
Possibly.
Oh, not possibly.
I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
remember it, goddamn it.
Oh, I know you know what you said,
Oh,
just like she
we're
knows what
gonna
you
go
said.
based on that's what was said. We're gonna go based on that's what was said.
So how could you have been letting your guard down if you didn't feel like I understood you?
Because I saw in every other aspect outside of the relationship,
Hmm.
you were a leader.
You
So
know what?
that in turn
I'll
made me
I'll take that.
like willing to submit to a certain extent.
I'll take
Like
that. I know it's a cop out because you got the camera
it's
on.
not a cop out. Honest to God, like in every single facet of your life, you encompassed everything that I was looking for. Already had your own business. I fucking like melted with that, like to you. Like I loved it. I loved it. And I saw that it wasn't just a fluke. It was literally, you knew what you were doing. You know this genre. You researched it. You know what you're doing. That turned me on. Two, it was you're a great father. You are a great father.
I
And
try.
that
I try.
you're a great father.
You know I'm
And
humble.
that is huge, huge for me. So that made me gravitate towards you more. You're an amazing family member, brother, like your grandson. You just awesome when it comes to those things. And I know you are great friends. You know, even when you beefed out with people, like I genuinely know you would still have their back. So like those
I,
were all things that made me willing to give you a try relationship wise and stuff like
but
that.
you ain't know me though.
What?
But you ain't know me though. But you just described me fully.
I didn't know, but I
Mm.
didn't know you were a loner. I say I didn't know you were a loner. I
No,
honestly, in that aspect, I didn't know you were a loner.
mm. I think you knew more about me than you thought you did. I think it was just the unknown that you was more worried about.
Agreed.
That's
Definitely.
all. I think a lot of people had that issue, not just you. I think people, especially of our generation, had that issue all the way around. Like people used to be so worried about the uncertainty that they're not focused on the individual that's in front of them. I think women
Yeah.
had that issue worse because women have a tendency to fall in love with the potential of a man and not the man that's in
Exactly.
front of them. So it's definitely hard.
Completely agree with that statement because what I learned with me is that I have the tendency to either I fixate on the past or I fixate on what I'm trying to build for the future instead of just staying in reality. And
Hmm.
that's something that I've definitely worked on. And yeah, I agree. I agree with your statement. You are right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shut the fuck up. You're right. You're right. You're right. I'll agree with you on that statement.
I was waiting on your girl because I was about, oh, I told you, I was waiting on her to come back.
First off, she probably gonna bed. She been texting me, and I can't text her to hop her ass on here to see this shit with your ass. Cause she been
Um,
waiting for you probably, and you probably been waiting for her because y'all never met. You're the only. Well, no, you and another person are like literally the only people I've dated that she has never met. And she was like, it was a reason. I'm like, it was a reason for sure. Probably because I genuinely wanted to see where me and you could go without taking other people's opinion. But it was also probably because you're an alpha. You are. You just are. And you have a lethal tongue. And she has a lethal tongue too. So maybe it was just meant to be that y'all just, you know,
well, you know
hit
what? I said we spice your love live up one time.
whatever. I'll
I said we
see.
spice
Maybe
it
the
up.
next time she'll pop in.
No, no, does she stay here?
Yeah, she stay here in Detroit. Well, she's staying in Redford now. She stays in Redford now. Like I say she's about 10 minutes away from the lounge, your lounge. Like she's not too
You
far from
know
it.
what? You know what we should do?
No, no, no,
Yeah,
no,
we should make that happen.
no,
Yeah,
no. I'm
yeah.
staying away from you for right now.
No, I'm talking about no, no fool. I'm talking about
I know all of us.
yeah, at one
Yeah.
time together online. So you could see it could be real good.
It
No,
will
no,
not.
It will be.
Maybe one day I'll set that up. Maybe after y'all actually are on a live together, even if it's via comments or whatever, like I'll catch the
No,
vibe.
it gotta
But
no,
this,
no,
but I
no.
don't know because I just kind of went through this with
No,
somebody else, and
you want you want it to be organic. You don't want it to be you
I
want
don't want
that.
it to be planned out or nothing like that. But
Yeah, so you want that first. You want everybody who watch your shit
I'm
to
scared
see
that y'all
that
got like,
to see that energy first
all
for the
right,
first
all
time.
right, all right. We'll set something up. Bet we'll set something up.
You ain't gonna set it up for. I know you gonna be trying
I'm
to.
not gonna lie. I know I'm gonna set it up. Maybe we'll go to a Mexican restaurant and we all can talk and shit like that.
And you gonna record. You gonna what you go. I got I got a tripod. I got you. I got a ring light that holds the phone.
We'll set something up. Or I don't know, you'll probably set something up or I'll set something up, but somewhere where we all can kind of talk and just kind of like get the male and female perspective. Like I think that'll be good. Like I think that'll be good because she can come from an angle of being, married, separated, mom type of angle and just blunt business owner, very open about sexuality and stuff like that. I can
Oh
come from
Lord.
an angle of just being me. I'm just amazing. And then you could come from like the alpha male perspective and stuff like that. But no, like I think it would be good because you already know me and you have a really good chemistry and we definitely are very blunt with each other compared to when we dated. I don't think
You
I gave
know.
you this amount of honesty.
No,
Like,
you did. You did in your own little you did in your
yeah,
own
but
little way.
I agree. I think I did in a way of expecting you to read my mind. And that's not fair to nobody.
Mm. Hmm.
Yeah. No, we'll
Look
set
at you.
something up. We definitely all need to talk.
Look at you showing growth. Look at you.
My God, you are so extra.
Just
Fucking
a, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
goddamn
But
Sagittarius.
oh, you love it. But I ain't gonna hold you alive. I'm gonna hop back in these. I'm gonna go ahead and say toodaloo and hop back. Cause I'm about to lay down. I'm about to take
Bye.
my head
Get
off
some
and
rest.
all that good stuff. But I'm gonna still watch a little bit. So I'm gonna just be in the background.
Bye, sir. Bye, Carrie. Get the fuck off. Exit stage left. So, people, yes, that was somebody I dated who ended up being one of my best great friends. Oh my God. Seems like I have to set up some type of shenanigans and such where him, my best friend, Tamika, me, and might bring on my other best friend for another male perspective, TJ. But oh my God, I cannot imagine all four of us in the same room, like talking. Cause like my best friend, he is crazy. Like, I don't think people understand. He crazy. And then Carrie, he crazy too. And then me, I'm crazy too. And then Tamika crazy. Like, you got four crazy ass blunt personalities in one room. That sound lit. I'm gonna set it up. All right, people. That's enough for this live. I'll have it posted on YouTube. Follow my YouTube, subscribe, like, share, and comment at Do It Yourself Chrissy. And I'll have this uploaded pretty soon. But thank you everyone for tuning in. If you guys have any credit questions or anything like that, relationship questions or topics you'd like me to discuss, please feel free to speak on those things. I will definitely try to incorporate them in my next lives. But thank you so much for being here. And you guys all have a wonderful work week. Hey, we all making money this week. Cut the bullshit. Whatever habit you need to take out to make more money, whatever thing you need to do to make more money or make your passive income, do that shit. Fuck all this bullshit. Like, get your shit together. Get your bag together. Get your life together. Get your self-care together. Get your energy together. All right. Bye, y'all.